It's not every day when we get excited about an $800 gaming notebook, but Dell's new Inspiron 14 and 15 7000 series gaming notebooks show that you don't need to spend a fortune for great mobile performance. Now, before I get too far into this, it is important to remember that this is an affordable product which aims to target people who will use it for much more than just gaming. That means the Inspiron gaming series doesn't have all the features you would expect from a dedicated gaming system, but is also far more portable and a lot less expensive.
This show coverage is possible thanks to NVIDIA, Gigabyte, Fantex, and NCIX.
The Inspiron 7000 gaming series will be broken into two different models. One is a 14-inch and the other one is a 15-inch model, both of which have some surprisingly robust specifications for their price range. The 14-inch model starts with a quad-core 4-thread Kaby Lake i5 7300HQ processor, 16GB of 2400 MHz memory, a GTX 1050 4GB graphics card, a 1080p TN display, and a dual-drive 128GB M.2 SSD plus a 500GB hard drive. Dell's slightly larger 15-inch model has most of the same specifications, but adds a GTX 1050 Ti 4GB, which grants about 30% better gaming performance, a 1TB hard drive, a keyboard numpad, and a slightly larger battery. This is the $799 configuration, which means the 14-inch version may actually cost a bit less when it's officially launched. The option list is actually quite long, with the 14-inch model receiving the possibility of a GTX 1050 Ti for $100 more. Meanwhile, both models will have configurations that include an 8-thread i7 7700HQ processor, expanded storage options, higher-end IPS screens in both 1080p and 4K, and a backlit keyboard. They will also be available in two colors, matte black with red accents or matte red with black accents. Both look amazing. The Inspiron 7000 gaming's exterior is pretty straightforward, with a well-designed integrated hinge that keeps thickness to under 1 inch and gentle curves so the typing and gaming experience remains comfortable. The finish on the black model does tend to pick up a few fingerprints, but it's easily cleanable. I love the fact that it looks so stealthy without any loud colors that you normally find on other gaming-focused products. The front edge houses two front-firing speakers backed up by a downwards-firing subwoofer, which sounded pretty acceptable in the environments that we're in. Meanwhile, the spill-resistant keyboard is pretty basic with good feedback, but don't expect anything gaming-oriented here, since those kind of features are reserved for Dell's Alienware lineup. Dell does have an option to have red backlighting on some 7000 series gaming configurations. The I/O ports are pretty straightforward too, but I would have loved to see a USB-C connector. However, the configuration of 3 USB 3.0s, a media card reader, a headphone jack, an HDMI 1.4 output, and a gigabit Ethernet should be more than enough for this laptop's intended market. Around back, there isn't much happening, but there are two ventilated areas that hide the Inspiron's advanced copper heatsink and allow for clean airflow. After using the Inspiron 15 7000 gaming for a little while at the show, it seems to perform very well and even higher in games like Forza Horizon 3 operating at good frame rates on the 1080p screen. It seems like the GTX 1050 and the GTX 1050 Ti have more than enough power for these notebooks. It really is amazing to see how much power Dell has been able to pack into an inexpensive and pretty compact design. It isn't exactly lightweight, but it's still a great option for people who want an affordable notebook they can take to class or use for portable productivity, but also game on their spare time. We expect to have the Inspiron 7000 gaming for more complete testing in the near future. For the time being, this looks like a very promising notebook that could help drive down the cost of entry-level gaming while also increasing the performance expectations.